Alright, so when I was a senior in high school, we had a senior trip, of course. Most schools do have a senior trip, and on our senior trip, we went to a semi-local amusement park that was all big and famous and crazy for chocolate. So we're going to call it the chocolate park, because that can be abbreviated, and that was a bit we had the whole time. We kept on calling it the chocolate park, but we abbreviated chocolate and park. So do what you do. Yep. The English is a hard language sometimes. Anyways, moving on. So this story takes a lot of weird turns, and it might need 2 parts. I really doubt it will need 2 parts, but we'll see. This story starts with me waking up an hour late, being very, very, very late to this event, running through my house and throwing on clothes and eating protein bars. I'm sprinting out the door. I speed to the school. I'm at the school, running onto the bus in 8 minutes. I called my girlfriend back at 8:29 and was on that bus by 8:36. It was 8, whatever. Math is hard. Whatever. It was awesome. It was a kick-ass moment of me pulling it the fuck together. Except I missed one crucial detail. I didn't look at really what I put on, and the shirt I ended up putting on was just covered in cookies branded weed paraphernalia, all the stuff that you don't want to show off to your teachers. It was kind of a oopsie daisy on my part. So we go to the park. I'm on the bus. I'm sitting with my girlfriend, who's near me at the time. And then, one seat behind me. Next to me is my buddy. I don't know why I was sitting next to him, really. We were never super tight, but he ends up being a very integral part of the story. His name's Josh, or we're calling him Josh at least. And then across the aisle is Roger, who's a friend you will hear a lot about, who actually asked to be called Roger in these videos, because I said I don't really think I should be using your real name. Especially seeing a lot of these stories aren't super legal. So I was like, yeah, we're not gonna incriminate the hell out of you. We're calling you something. You settled on Roger. So Roger. So that's who's on the bus. By the time we get to the park, girlfriend leaves. So at this point, we have recruited a new member. That new member was none other than Abe. So now there is 4 of us, 5 of us, can I count? So there's of course Abe, there's of course Josh, there's of course Roger, there's of course me. Great group. Then we meet up with Brady. We pick up Brady. Brady has what's called 100 milligrams of 1-year-old chocolate. And we all took a chocolate of our own in hopes to amplify the amusement park experience ahead of us. Did I mention it was an amusement park? I feel like I did. I forget. Anyways, it'll be in the title. We're on the cover. You'll see it. So we're at this amusement park, and we're hoping that it would, enhance the experience. First few rides, we're feeling absolutely nothing. We decided to crack open 2 more. Only 4 of us were doing them, so we were kind of we would split these in hopes that it would kind of combine to just give us a good experience. About another 30 minutes after that, nothing. 30 minutes after that, 2 of them started feeling it. Brady and Roger started really, really, starting to get tweaked up. So we go on the next ride, and then we're like, all right, we're going to stop for lunch, or we're going to go to the zoo. This is the park at a zoo. I think people could easily put 2 and 2 together and figure out which park this is, but please don't do that. Leave me alone. Anyways, we was either go to get food or go to the zoo. We decided to go for food first. Now at this point, we're seated, our blood's not flowing, the adrenaline's kind of gone from the roller coasters, so anything that is in your body is going to start taking a real effect. I got hit a little bit, not enough for it to be impactful, but just a little bit. Mind you, these are year-old chocolates. I mean, you're not going to get high-quality stuff out of this. You're going to get weird delayed stuff. You're probably going to get a dulled or an amplified feeling. I don't know. You never know, especially when they are probably expired or gone bad or whatever you want to call it. So I didn't really feel it that much. Roger really did start to feel it, but Brady, when I tell you Brady was feeling it, Brady was absolutely cloud 9, absolutely gone, zooted, destroyed. It was so bad. He was trying so hard to lock in, and he was like, I'm ashamed of myself. The man I'm become. It was kind of sad to watch. It was kind of poetic and beautiful, but it was like really difficult to watch, like this man become a shell of his former self because he couldn't keep himself together at the goddamn chocolate-themed amusement park, alright? You can calm it down there, fucking Brady. We're not gonna die because you can't carry your weight. So he ends up sitting off to the side when getting in line for the next ride. We ended up not doing the zoo. We just got food, chilled, and we went to the next ride. Now, we left Brady behind, of course. So now it's just me, Josh, Abe, and Roger. We get in line for this ride. We watch it. Mind you, we just ate. We're watching it, and we're going, we are not going on this. If we go on this ride, we will yak up a storm. And we were probably right. We probably would have definitely yacked up a storm. There's no way we wouldn't have just thrown up everywhere. It was that violent and shaking of a ride that I really don't think our freshly filled stomachs are going to be able to handle that, especially when some of us are a little fried. So, me, Roger, and Josh bail on Abe, and Abe goes on the ride alone, and we're screaming at him while we're like waiting for him to get off. And mind you, we have kids in the line learning his name and screaming at him too. Like, everyone was screaming at our guy because we were assholes and started like screaming, silly little things at him, like I love you and bear my children and stuff like that. So we yell at Abe for a little bit, and then we move on. And we move on to the big scary one. The big scary roller coaster. Or the big scary one. That's how I'd like to put it. Anywho, we go on this big red scary one. It is terrifying and, frankly, a little intimidating if you will say so yourself. Anyways, our food kind of had digested a little bit. It kind of felt as if we were almost fine to go on a roller coaster. Probably not fine to go on the biggest one yet, but, definitely fine to go on one. And we were hoping that waiting in the line for the big coaster, because with the big coasters, the line was huge, of course. So we're hoping that by the time we got onto the roller coaster, we would be fine to, partake in such an activity. So we're waiting in this line. We're waiting. And Josh, who had eaten the most by a long shot. He ate a burger, a hot dog, some chicken tenders, a drink, candy. Like, holy shit, man. Like, you gained 11 pounds in 35 minutes. He bails on us midway through the line. This is the second time he's bailed on the group before. Brady is still sitting at the food court, by the way. It's been almost 30 minutes. He's still sitting at the food court, just like in his own personal hell. It is like 90 degrees. The sun is beating down upon him, and he is just not having a great effect from the year-old 150 he took. He's not taking it the best, as expected. Another thing about Brady is he's like 5'5", 140 pounds, and he's just absolutely... The worst part is he took a tea break the week before. That's what I was trying to remember. Why was it so bad for him? Because he took a tea break starting the week before, and this was the first time he indulged in anything in like 9 days. And, coming back in, that was really not a great call on his part. So he's just still off at the fucking food court. And now Josh had bailed on us, so now it's just me, Roger, and Abe. Also, Josh has all our stuff. He was the only one that had a backpack. So now we don't have our phone, cash, anything, and we don't know where he went. So now it's just the three of us, and we're like, alright, fine, we'll just enjoy the ride. We wait in line some more, and Roger, he doesn't look too good. He's bent over, like, over the side, like, the line rails, and, like, sweating profusely. He was wearing a black hoodie in June, so I kind of, was like, alright, yeah, no shit, you're sweating profusely. So it's not because he was wearing the hoodie, though. It's because he was absolutely zooted, and it was hitting him at the worst time imaginable. So he tries to step out of line, but Abe goes, no, bro. You want to go back down there and have everyone think you're a pussy? Hits him with that. And Roger's too cooked to, have common sense. So yeah, he's staying in that line. We finally get to this thing. We get strapped in. There were no speeches like this throughout the day. All the other roller coasters didn't have a speech like, hey, you might die. No one else told me that I should be okay with, dying. Like, we're not, if we kill you, it's not our fault. Kind of vibes, like, that's not on the other roller coasters. So when they pulled that shit on this one, and I'm not even strapped in yet, mind you, I still need the fucking attendant to come around and strap my shit, and you're already telling me I'm gonna die. So hearing that, the three of us are like, fuck, we're cooked, should we get off? And that, the second we even contemplated it, the belts locked in, and all the attendees came in, making sure they were all good. And we're reaching around one of those sun don't shine to pull down the thing. I always think that's why the amusement park workers do their job. It's because they're freaks just trying to, push down on some teenagers, disgusting perverts. Anyhow, it is now officially too late to get off this ride. So the three of us start going. It is a swing-style ride. It's two, pendulums going back and forth. So go up the first time, I was like, oh, this is going to be nice. And it's probably going to be just kind of this gradual build. But then when you come back on our way back down, it threw us back. And boy, oh boy, did that not feel good on the stomach and the brain. Because at this point, I'm a little fried too. It's at its peak at this point. And Roger, he's still not doing good. He's dead silent. He's been screaming on all the rides all day. He is just silent. Absolutely nothing going on in his head. On the end is Abe. Abe's having a gay old time. He's just laughing, cheering, screaming, all the things you do on a roller coaster. We get to the very, very top. It is like a 200-foot drop. It is terrifying. And we are just swinging back and forth. It is so bad. And Roger, he's still just silent. And it's weird, and it doesn't make sense on why he's just silent. He's on a roller coaster. He should be screaming. He's either having a real good time screaming or having a real bad time screaming. We swing all the way back. So our backs are to the sky, and we're so far up that we're past, the 90-degree x-axis angle. And we are shot above that, so it feels like you're going to fall back. And that's when Roger goes, uh-oh. And you hear the yak approach through his chest, up through his throat, and out in front of him. And that's when the ride, of course, begins to swing back. Making it so, excuse the car outside being so loud and rude. Making it so the vomit in front now becomes the vomit you're going through and is now behind you. So when me and Abe sat next to Roger, because of course we did it because we were friends. And I regretted it more than anything because all three of us, Roger mostly, it hit him pretty head on, were covered in his vomit. I watched, of course, many times the ride before I got onto it. They clearly, it's not a maybe, they stopped the ride early because he yacked on all of us. We couldn't leave. We weren't allowed to leave. It was a safety hazard. We had to sit there for an extra 30 minutes and have, a crew, make sure we were good. Not he didn't have, Hep C or something. They were just, it was a very big waste of time. Which made it so we kind of had to run to the bus. But then we forgot. Where the hell is Brady? Bro. We left him at the food court, and we are almost late to the bus. Could you imagine if I was late to getting on the bus both times? It's already brutal running like a little moron through the field to get to the bus in front of your entire senior class. Yeah, that's a little embarrassing. To do that 2 times, you're cooked, bro. You shouldn't go to graduation. You shouldn't walk. Just get the diploma in the mail at that point, and it's a safer bet. I don't know what to tell you. Anyhow. We're zooming towards the bus. Still don't know where Brady is. We're on the bus. We're texting. We're calling. We have no clue where Brady is. We're on the bus, on the highway, driving home. We still have no clue where Brady is. So, we call his mom. Like, hey, just to let you know, your son may or may not still be at the amusement park that we had left 45 minutes ago. We cannot reach him, and we did not have time to go look for him. You tell us how things go, bye. And that is how part one's gonna end. This is too long. Also, sorry, bye, love you, bye.